What's going on, everybody? How's everybody doing out there? Well, I toured the depot over there. It had a nice layout. It's probably in a different video than this one, because when I was leaving, tour guide Jim said he would take me through the Pullman car. So let's go take the tour real quick. Should be real nice. I peeked in the window. It looks beautiful in there. So Jim's going to take us for a tour. Let's take a look.
47, built by Pullman, south side of Chicago.
So this is Jim, and he's going to run us through the Pullman coach real quick.
And it was built for the Santa Fe. It was, this was the men's bathroom, had two other sinks on the outside wall. And it was originally just all coach seating.
Not what I expected.
A sleeping compartment, but that's double the price. But if you've been on an airplane lately, the first thing you're gonna notice probably is the leg room we had. This is actually quite comfortable. Reclining, you can put the seat back. This would be like first class in an airplane. Leg rest, foot rest.
Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, that's actually quite comfortable. Now, if you're going from Chicago to Los Angeles, it was a 2-day trip, so you might have 2 nights trying to sleep a little bit. The downside would probably be the windows. One of the things, after the war, they started phasing out opening the windows. So that really cut down on the ventilation. When this was new, it had some exhaust fans in the ceiling just to let all the smoke out. Because you're going to notice an ashtray on every seat, of course. And if we go back to the 30s and 40s, easily half the population smoked, you know. A lot of people smoked. Like I mentioned, this is the diner, the first class diner. You would have got the fancy dishes, Minbrano on the Santa Fe. Now the coach passenger, of course, didn't go hungry, but they might just eat in the cafe car, and you would have had something like the adobe pattern, maybe. But early on, in fact, they didn't really eat on the trains too much. You'd usually eat at a depot restaurant, which was a pretty good deal on the Santa Fe because you'd be eating in a Harvey house.
Oh.
Fred Harvey was the restaurateur on the Santa Fe. Started in one little depot, and then by 1901, you'll notice 47 depot restaurants, 15 hotels. Several of the hotels, a couple of them have reopened fairly recently. La Posada in Winslow, Arizona. There's one in Las Vegas, New Mexico. It's only been open about a couple of years, I think. Now, the grandest of them all, of course, has always been open, is the El Tovar, is the south rim of the Grand Canyon.
You said that's the one on the south rim of the Grand Canyon?
South rim, yeah. That whole complex. Now, there's also the Bright Angel Lodge there. And there was a museum. He had several museums because he had all kinds of early southwestern antiquities, you know, blankets and pottery and things like that. Yeah, that whole complex, but you would be probably eating. In fact, anybody had any money, if you were in Santa Fe or Albuquerque or someplace, you'd probably eat at the Harvey house if you could, because the best thing was you probably wouldn't get sick. A lot of them, you know, this is New Mexico and Arizona in the 1800s. There's no refrigeration. There's no way to check the water properly, but he could bring barrels of spring water in from on the railroad because he worked for the railroad. He had more or less free transportation, you know. And so that was a huge advantage for him. Yeah, you didn't want to eat roadkill in some tavern, you know, getting week-old armadillo.
Yeah, it'd be nasty.
The Western Railroads played up the national parks. The Great Northern went to Glacier, and the Union Pacific and Northern Pacific went to Yellowstone. But the Santa Fe's was the Grand Canyon. You'll notice like a poster, there's a UP poster for Yellowstone. And some of them are really comical. They got the bears doing all kinds of, you know, taking pictures and you know, the Yogi Bear like stealing picnic baskets and stuff. And it's not much. We did use it as a little galley for a while.
Oh, oh yeah, look at that. The old light fixtures. Employees only. Well, Jim, I thank you for the tour.
Sure. I'm glad you had a minute.
I missed this case real quick.
Sure, no hurry.
It's a beautiful car.
Yeah, it's nice. We've kind of fixed her up some. Like I say, we had the seats, but the tables work so much better for displays and that.
Now that was fantastic. I thank you, Jim, for the tour, because that was a beautiful looking car. Gave me a little bit of history on it too. All right, till next time, like, share, subscribe. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button. Don't cost you nothing. Hit that button. Happy out.